Alright, so I'm going to go over some good technique for foam rolling, trying to take the tension out of the muscles in your legs and through the rest of your body. We'll start off with the calves. You want to find a nice hard foam roller. They come in a lot of different densities. This is a particularly brutal one with the knobs on it, but they go all the way down to kind of the traditional old ones were white and they're a little bit more squishy, but you don't want them really soft like a pool noodle. You still want to have some pretty good resistance so they'll dig into the muscle and get it to massage. And so there's a lot of different angles. The traditional is just kind of going right along the back of the calf. You want to go as slowly as you can to make sure that the muscle is staying relaxed. You want to keep that foot loose. Make sure that you're going nice and slow. If you find a spot that's particularly tight or a little more painful, you can just stop and rest on it. Keep some weight there while you're relaxing the muscle and wait for the pain to subside, to fade away a little bit before you continue on. If it doesn't want to go away real quickly, you can slowly move back and forth across it. The slower you can go and the more relaxed you can be, the better off you'll be. The massaging will be a little bit more effective at getting rid of that tension. And you're going to make your way all the way up to or even just past the knee joint. Just keeping it nice and relaxed. And you want to get both directions on every muscle fiber that you hit to make sure that you're really going through all of those knots, finding each one, spending time on them as you need to get them to relax. And it's okay to set your hips down as you adjust your hands to keep yourself moving, but you don't want to be resting too much or staying there too long. It's not a good time to be playing around on your phone or reading a book and getting really distracted, because you want to stay on each spot for no more than 30 seconds or a minute to really get that relaxation. If they're not staying there longer than that, then this isn't going to be heavy enough to get to it, or it may take quite a few sessions to really dig through all the tension that's there. So you're better off just kind of hitting it for 30 seconds or so and then moving on to the next spot. And there's a lot of different angles that you can get on the calf. So I'll usually start off rolling all the way to the inside. So I'm right along the edge of the bone on the inner calf, doing that full motion all the way up and down, as slow of a pace as you can get. You can get all the way up to the knee and all the way back down, and then just adjusting the angle slightly. So kind of 45 degrees, and then onto the back side, and then 45 degrees to the outside. Always using that other leg as a little extra pressure. But if you do find a spot that's just too painful for you to be able to relax on, you can take that other leg off and make it a little bit lighter. But as you get better at it, and you can kind of tolerate the pain, or as the knots fade, it becomes a little less painful. You can get a little bit more of that pressure. And then you get the same thing all the way onto the outside. Those peroneus muscles, they help stabilize the ankle from pronating and supinating. So you want to be able to dig through all of those, once again, all the way up to the knee and all the way down to the ankle, and even rolling all the way across to the front side. You can kind of hook your foot over the back of your calf, and you're going right along the edge of the shin bone, that tibia. Same thing all the way down into the ankle joint, trying to keep that rolling foot relaxed. That one that's being massaged, you're always trying to avoid flexing it because that kind of negates any pressure that you're putting into it. And you're going as slowly as you can through each line of muscle fibers. If it's a particularly bad area, you can make a couple passes all the way around the calf, all the way back around again, and that'll really help get it to relax out. And you can do this on pretty much every muscle in your body, at least all the good external ones with a hard bone behind it. Some of the stuff through the core gets a little bit more difficult. There are a few ways that you can get pressure on stuff like the psoas that I'll get into later that are a little bit more complicated. But this is a good way to start for your calves. I'll do another one where you're getting up into the thighs, quadriceps, hamstrings, getting all the way around those, and we'll just work our way up the body.